Audio and video check. Make sure the technology is on par for tonight. And in case y'all have not seen yet, tonight we're using the Q&A function of Zoom. So if you just scroll up to the top of your screen, you'll have a little Q&A option. Awesome. Eric says good. Bill, all good. Stephen, good. Hey, corn dog. Smooth sounds and sunshine. Sunshine works for sure. We're good. How's it going, everyone? Excellent. All right, so we're good to go on audio, and y'all can see a little simpler trading. Welcome to the webinar. Great, good, 5x5. Excelente. So welcome to the webinar. Definitely appreciate y'all joining us. I know I'm definitely looking forward to this as well. Just want to go through a couple of quick house cleaning items since I have your attention. First of all, this is absolutely being recorded. And if you are here listening to this, that means we have your email address and we will shoot you out an email later on with a link to that recording so you can view it at your leisure. I also wanted to let you know that Raghee loves to have good interactive presentations, so please do feel free to ask your questions away. Raghee is going to be reading, answering, going back and forth the whole time. Also wanted to let you know we do have quite a few people here today, so it may not be possible to answer every question in the order in which they were received. And because of that, Raghee is going to dedicate some extra time towards the end of the session to go through any questions that may have been missed. So thanks again for coming to hang out. Definitely appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and turn things over to Raghee.
Again, audio should be good to go. I'm grabbing the screen right now. Let's see, where are we? Which one of these screens am I going to grab? I think that's the one. Okay. We are good to go. Very cool. Okay. So, should be able to see. Well, it's not a chart, is it? That is us. This is from the Cassini, which this weekend actually was planned to finish its mission. The NASA's Cassini spacecraft burned up in Saturn's atmosphere, sorry. And that little speck is Earth from the viewpoint of Saturn. I love this. I think it's just breathtaking. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up some charts. There we go. I should see some TradeStation charts in front of you. Okay. So let's see what else we have here. Sound is good. All right. I don't know about the echo. Is anyone else getting an echo? I think we're good on sound. Okay. So this webinar is a follow-up to the webinar that we did last week, where we discussed the tools that I use and all that good stuff. Okay, the sound is good. Awesome. Thank you very much, gang. Appreciate that. I showed you the tools that I use and so forth. And I'm going to walk you through the installation today. And this is in preparation for Saturday. So what we're really doing, and for those of you that have signed up, and a big thank you, cannot wait to spend the day with you guys on Saturday. A lot of you I'm going to see out in Dallas. So we're hooking you guys up with the VIP seating on that. Cannot wait. So this is going to be in preparation for Saturday, but I figured this could help a lot of the folks who are interested in using these tools. So I'm really excited. I mentioned these tools for free. I meant it. I wanted to make sure we could discuss what the tools do and why I use them and how I use them. And then today we can actually talk about the install. And huge thanks to Daryl and to Eric for getting these tools on T.O.P.S, TradeStation, and TradingView. Big thanks, okay? I'm going to go through each platform one by one, cover some of the basic installs. So this way, when you guys review the video, if you need to, you can go to each section. So I'm going to cover TradeStation first, then Thinkorswim, and then T.O.P.S. Okay, TradeStation, Thinkorswim, I'm sorry, and then TradingView. TradeStation, T.O.P.S, and then TradingView. We'll go in that order. Okay, so with that in mind, let's just get right to it, shall we? All right, to start off with, this is the TradeStation platform. You do need a funded account to access the trading app store in order to put the tools on your charts. So that's just the very, very basic. Okay. When you're looking, and if you're not interested in TradeStation, it probably wouldn't hurt to just pay attention anyways, because I've actually looked at a number of platforms and used a number of platforms throughout my trading career, and you never know when and if you might be utilizing more than one. I mean, I utilize 2 different charting platforms and 4 different brokers, right? So we'll start with this, okay? So if you don't know how to access the trading app store, go up to View in your menu, and you'll see under that drop-down menu, the 3rd one down, Trading App Launcher. All right? So again, we're going to go through TradeStation first, then T.O.P.S, then TradingView. So you might want to ask your questions for this particular platform, because I'm going to go through the questions as they're coming through. So ask your TradeStation questions now. Hold off on the T.O.P.S, hold off on the TradingView. When we get to those, go ahead and fire them away then. So TradeStation questions right now. So View, Trading App Launcher, and then this cute little tab pops up. Now, I don't know where it's going to pop up on your platform, but it usually hugs one of the corners or one of the sides of the platform. So you'll see right here, you see Trading App, little tab there. When you single left, sorry, is that a left or right? Yeah, so single left click. A single left click brings up the little menu here, as you can see. And you'll see right there, Trading App Store. Now, I'm taking too long to get to it, so it keeps disappearing on me, but boom, click Trading App Store. And then a window will pop up inside your TradeStation platform, almost like a little internet browser window inside your platform. Okay? Let me just mention this one brokerage really quick. CJ, if you are using Infinity and Sierra, okay, so chances are if you're on Sierra charts, you're using Infinity, you guys have the easiest setup. Email Patrick. There's your setup instructions. For Infinity, it's beautifully simple, okay? For Infinity and Sierra, I love this. Spell Infinity right. This is really quick, and I'll just tackle this really quickly. Email Patrick. Step 1, email Patrick. Only step. He will hook you up. Okay? Anybody who's using Infinity through, or using Sierra through Infinity, super easy. Email Patrick. Okay, back to the TradeStation. Only little diversion there because that's an easy one to answer. The top of the window here has this little search. Super easy, search. In this search, you are going to type in simpler. Okay, as in simpler trading. Just type in search. In that search box, simpler, hit enter. And then a whole host of awesomeness is going to appear. Now, don't freak out if you've already bought TTM Squeeze or anything like that. This is just an alternative way to buy some of these. You guys have already got the tools. I just need you to focus on just a few names here. All right? If you want to write these down, cool. If not, I'll highlight them on the screen. You're going to want to install Grab Candles and the EMA Wave. And like I said, these are free. Okay? ST Grab Candles and EMA Wave. You're going to want to just click the install button. Now, what's going to happen when you click install is it will prompt you for your username and password. Your username and password is the same username and password that you would use when you log into your platform, your TradeStation platform, every single day. Again, when you click install, it's going to prompt you to log in to the store/client center. It's the same password that you would use to log into your TradeStation platform each and every day. Okay? All right. So install that. And there's a couple more you're going to install. And you're going to come back to this, and they're all under the simpler search. There's 6 pages. So you're going to go to the second page of the simpler search. Again, you've typed in simpler in this search bar up here, and then this whole host of awesomeness is populated. Propulsion and Darvis box. That is it. Those are my 3 tools. They're going to lay the moving averages of my wave, the grab candles, the propulsion dots, and my Darvis box. Those are the 3 tools of our Saturday class. And I'll be teaching you guys on Saturday how to use these using my indicator matrix, the different combinations, all that stuff. But I want you guys to be able to use this now, use it throughout the week. And we're going to have actually another webinar on Friday so we can kind of tie all this up together, and I can show you, you can, give me some feedback. I can show you what I've done with the tools throughout the week, but I want you guys to be able to really, play with these tools for the next 4 days, 3 days, right? That's how easy the installation is and what it will do on your TradeStation. So everyone clear on that? Where to go, how to log in, the 3 names, super easy, right? Those are the 3. And if we've updated any of the tools, we push it through to TradeStation. And there might be updates from time to time. I will let you know when there are. I think we've done most of the updating throughout the last couple days. But if there is a new update, I'll let you guys know. But for now, this is going to be what you need. Okay? All right. Those are the 3 tools. Any questions? And this is being recorded. If you missed anything, if you came late, check out the recording. All right? This will be recorded. You can access it whenever you want. Now I'm going to close this out. It's just going to close that little browser window inside the platform out. And I'm going to actually now just go to a new workspace. We're going to build a chart out from scratch. So I'm going to grab a new trading app window. Let's grab a chart analysis. Now, however you like to set your charts up, it's up to you. It's really up to you, however you want to do it. But what I like to do, just for brevity's sake, because some of this stuff you guys probably know how to do on your own. Of course, you can contact TradeStation for basic color and font changes, things like that. But I'm going to just copy this here and show you how to do this from scratch. Okay. So this is what your window is going to look like eventually. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you where all these tools are and how to lay them on your chart. Everyone with me so far? Just keep an eye on for the TradeStation questions. Okay. All right. I think every one of these will be answered in just a moment. You're going to go to Insert Indicator. Now, your Insert Indicator window has a number of tabs. Let's focus on the Indicator tab first. Right there. In this list, your list might be super long or who knows, but in this list, you are going to look for first the ST Grab EMA Wave. ST Grab EMA Wave. So all the simpler trading tools will start with ST underscore or under whatever that is, underline Grab EMA Wave. You're going to click it and it's going to put these tools. So you know what? Let me, let's do this. I'm just going to delete a whole bunch of stuff. Delete, 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 delete. In fact, let's do this. Remove. I'm going to just make this chart naked. You guys didn't know this was a PG-13 webinar, did you? Naked charts. Oh, man. Here we go. Okay. So insert, indicator, indicator tab, scroll down, grab EMA wave. It's going to lay those moving averages right on there. The next thing we're going to do, and I don't know what I did by deleting, but we'll see what happens. So I've never actually done this scratch before, but The next thing we're going to do is go down to the Darvis New or Darvis Box. You guys might have one or both of them. Don't worry about it. They're the same exact tools. They just look a little different. ST Darvis Box. Again, under the indicator, we plot that there. All right. Next, we're going to go to Insert Indicator because we've installed these through the App Store, and then we'll go to Propulsion. And the dots are going to appear. Now, some of you might, and I wanted to do this on purpose, which is why I kind of deleted everything. Some of you have noticed sometimes the candles disappear, sometimes you lose the color coding of the grab and all that good stuff, because ultimately what we want is for our candles, our charts to look like this, right? So sometimes you'll notice you lose the grab once the propulsion dots are up there. So let me show you how to fix all that. We're going to go through something similar on the trading view as well. So a little bit of troubleshooting in case you run into this. We're going to go to Format Analysis Techniques. How do you get there? There's a couple ways you can do it. You can go to under the Format drop-down menu, or you can right-click the chart and go to Format Analysis Techniques. Two ways to get there. And you're going to actually go into the propulsion and format it. Now, there's a few things that I will do personally to my propulsion. There's a couple things that it does do, but I don't need it. Since I have black charts, I will override the buy and sell with black, and I'll get into some of these. These are nuances that we'll talk about in the class, but I'll just override some of these because all I really want are the magenta propulsion dots. Okay, that's all I really need. So it just cleans it up a little bit. And oh, it'd be nice if I spelled that right. Okay. And so it cleans up the chart a little bit and removes some extra dots that I don't need. All right. So the thing to remember about as you set these up is these are in the Trading App Store. You apply them on the chart. If you're having any trouble, this is going to give you guys a good 3 days to play around with this, to, if there's any problems that you're having with the installation, if there's any problems you're having with your TradeStation platform, some of the questions you'll have might be TradeStation questions. What's great about having these in the App Store is we can help you out, of course, but so can TradeStation. So there's a number of ways you can get support with this. There might be some weird little issues, glitches with your platform or whatever. Obviously there's a myriad of different issues, but this is why we're setting this up so far in advance in front of the class. Okay. So this is the TradeStation. Those are the 3 tools. They're in the App Store. And then what I'd recommend you do is a couple other things, just really simple things. You're going to go to Insert Indicator, and you're going to install 2 exponential moving averages. So you'll see moving average exponential. See this right here? You're going to install 2 of these. Once you do, you'll have some, I think they come naturally at like a 9 setting. What you're going to do is you're going to format the moving averages. 1 for the 13 period. I color mine green. Color mine like a light green color. And I make it thin and dotted. That's the 13 EMA. The other one, you're going to format to a 21. And that one is a darker green. And I will make that also thin and dotted. So the 34 EMA wave tool will lay the 3 exponential moving averages, a 34 EMA on the high, the solid green that you see right here, 34 EMA on the close, and the 34 EMA on the low. So that indicator will automatically put that on there. Then I'm having you add 2 more EMAs, the 13 and the 21. You'll do that manually. Super simple. The propulsion dots are plotting, the grab candles are coloring, and the Darvis doesn't look like a box. Some of you may have noticed your box, your Darvis box, looks, more like this, or even more like that, and they're connected. We have a couple different versions of the Darvis. Let me clarify something with the Darvis here. The horizontal lines of the Darvis are what you are after. This, the horizontal. I actually do not like the vertical as much. Let me show you what that looks like. I know I have a vertical box. There we go. I don't like the vertical as much because you know what it does is it covers up the wicks. Okay? It covers up the wicks of the candles and it's hard to see the high and low. So what I like to do is remove the vertical line because the vertical line really isn't anything we use in the trading. It just makes the box look like a box, right? I'm really interested in what? I'm really interested in the horizontal levels. That's what I want. And let me give you a comparison just so you can really see it. I'm going to put GLD on both these charts. I'm going to put the Darvis box, looking box, on the left with the sides and show you the updated Darvis with just the horizontal lines. See that? They're the same line. See this? That's this box. Now, some people find this distracting and they don't like it. Others prefer. It's really up to you. There's really no right or wrong here. I think we're going to make sure both versions are available. I think it's really a matter of preference. Some of you might actually prefer, so this is the new box on the right, and they plot the exact same horizontal lines. It's the automation of the support and resistance that we're after. All right, so what I could do, again, by going to Format Analysis Techniques, is I could go to that original Darvis box and just remove the lines. Now let's take a look at it. See that? Same lines, gang, same exact lines, just represented a little differently. This is that. This little purple line here is that little purple line there, right? So we just see the horizontal lines plotted across the screen. Now, some of you may not like how small some of these are, okay? You might want a little bit better footprint, in which case you'll use the original Darvis box and remove the sides. I would highly recommend you guys remove the sides because you're always going to have to move the vertical lines to complete the box around so you can see the wicks. That's it. You know, it's just the size of the lines. It has nothing to do with their validity on the chart. It's just the size of the lines. And none of them are plotting earlier. So that's a question I get too. Well, is the one on the left plotting sooner? It is absolutely not. It's going out and it's back plotting after it's valid. Okay, it's back plotting afterwards. It's not plotting sooner. It's just filling in the space after. All right, so one isn't plotting any sooner than the other. See, this is a 5-minute chart of GLD. See how this just looks longer, but they started at the same time. Okay, it's just their footprint looks different. And sometimes I like the original a little bit better because it's just easier for me to see. Okay. So again, they are not plotting any sooner on the left than the right. Their footprint is different because once they're valid, the version on the left just goes back and draws a longer line. But they are the same exact horizontal lines. They're at the same price levels. They're going to be appearing at the same time, but their visual is different. Okay? All right. So that is that. And I agree. One of the feedback I've been getting is the two new lines are too short. So what I'll do is I'll make sure we've got for Saturday, gang. I'll make sure that we have 2 versions. Heck, we'll probably have the 2 versions before then. I'll talk to Daryl because we'll have. I believe we probably have both shared charts available still. So What we'll do is we'll make sure that we send out a resource email sometime by the end of the week, so you guys have access to the old and new version. Because yeah, sometimes I'm torn between liking the original with the longer lines versus the new one, which is sometimes a little harder to see. Yeah, some people don't want this footprint, so we're trying to accommodate a lot. Realize that we'll have some selection here. Okay, all right. Next up. So that is it for TradeStation, gang. These are the lines and levels on TradeStation. So let's move on to the next platform. Okay, I'll talk about what they are as we finish the installation. So this is the installation for TradeStation, as well as some of the common questions we've received and some of the customization. All right, but this is how you create this chart. This is what we'll be using on Friday for the next we'll be doing another presentation on Friday to kind of follow up on this one, and then Saturday is the class. Okay, next up, TradeStation. All right, so now next up, T.O.P.S. So my T.O.P.S. folks, pay attention again. Come on back. Come on back. And as far as the colors of the lines, the colors don't really represent much. They're actually going to represent whether or not the Darvis was drawn off a new minor high or a new minor low. But I really wouldn't don't be too concerned about that. But the difference in the colors is the new minor high versus new minor low. All right. And what I'll make sure I do, especially for those of you taking the class, because you're probably going to want to have the selection, is we'll make sure we can get the ELDs out to you guys, so that if you like the older version, you can use the older version with the larger footprint. Or if you like the shorter version, the shorter, smaller, less visually obtrusive, maybe you like that better. Okay. So now we're on to Thinkorswim. Now, let me say something about Thinkorswim first of all. I don't use this platform for charting. I just don't. We have plenty of experts within the Simpler family that do. Eric, Daryl come to mind because we have that Simpler tech session in the chat rooms. So what I'm going to share with you, this is an updated T.O.P.S. shared chart. Now, let me push this out to everybody in the room. Just bear with me a moment. Actually, I may not be able to push this out. So you guys, what we'll do, we'll make sure when we send out the resource email, I'll make sure we send out a resource email with some of the hyperlinks to the Trading App Store installation. And then also we have some different links for TradingView, for reduced, some discounting. We'll make sure that you will make sure that we get that out to you. So, okay, Thinkorswim. All right. That's the link that you're going to copy and paste. And let me show you where. And I'll make sure I get this link out to you guys. Up in the right-hand corner of T.O.P.S, way up in the corner, you'll see a little gear, and you'll see the word setup. Way up in the margin of the screen. Everyone see that? All right. Left click that once. One left click. And the second item down is open shared item. Again, one left click. All right. So open shared item, and I don't know if my recording is interfering with the box. I know it looks a little weird. It's disappearing on you guys. Sorry about that. Control V. I don't know why it's acting up. That's really strange. But Control V. I don't believe cut and paste works on this for whatever reason. And I don't know why it's doing this. This is really weird. It must be the Zoom software kind of interfering with this, which is kind of strange. I wasn't anticipating that issue. That's kind of weird. Let me try it one more time and see if it cooperates. Shared item. See how it's showing up just for a second? That's pretty irritating. Darn it. I was not anticipating this issue. Okay. All right. Well, I can at least see the open button. Okay, you guys won't have this issue. I think it has to do with the screen share that I'm using, just interfering with the pop-up window. Okay. So once you open, you'll get a brand new chart. It may open somewhere else on your screen. You'll get a brand new chart that pops up. Now, this is hideous looking. I don't need all this. We need to edit this. But what you'll notice is that here's the Darvis. Okay. Here's my propulsion. So the propulsion, Darvis, wave, grab is already preloaded with this. Okay. So this is the link that I'm talking about right here. It's preloaded here. Now, I still think we have the old shared chart when I send out the resource video to everybody before the class starts on Saturday. I'll make sure you guys have all the different new and old Darvis versions if you like the short footprint versus the longer footprint. All right. Let me show you a few things that I do to this. All right. First of all, right click. So everyone know how to open a shared chart? I mean, have we figured that hurdle out there? Again, if you're cut, I don't know how to share this with you guys, except for a lot of times what I've found, gang, is if you try to type this in manually, it'll say the link is no good. Cutting and pasting works. The Control-C, Control-V. For whatever reason, if you try to do it manually, most of the time you'll get the URL is broken. It's not. The URL is perfectly good. I just copied it. But for whatever reason, and I don't actually, let me decamp, let me just send you the link. There we go. I'm going to send that to you. Copy and paste that, and it'll work. Okay? Copy and paste it. For whatever weird reason, that's just the way it works. So to edit the chart, first thing I'm going to do is go down to Style. Right-click, single right-click over the chart, go down to Style, and then what I'm going to do is go to the settings right there, which is fourth down. And I'm getting that weird issue with the pop-up window again, gang. I was not anticipating this, so you're going to have to bear with me. We'll go over this again on the Saturday presentation. But this is pretty easy. Any one of you who's using T.O.P.S on any regular basis knows how to bring up a candlestick. That's what I was going to tell you guys to do. You're gonna go to appearance. Oh, look, appearance is working. Ooh, and then it disappears. And then you're going to choose candlestick. There we go. We're getting it working for a moment. Choose candlestick. Go to the top there where it says appearance across the tabs and candlestick. Then click apply. You see that? Now, if you want to change the background to a darker black, or if you like white, or whatever it is you like, you can do that. You can do that. But once you open up the shared chart, really the only other thing you have to do is make the customizations that you like, add the 13 and 21 period exponential moving averages, and then change it to candlesticks. And at some point by Saturday, we'll have a version that, I'll share with you guys for the class, a version that's ready to go with that. But it's easy enough to add those studies, because all you're going to do is add the exponential moving average through the all studies, to add a study and then all studies here. You can just add the exponential moving average, same two that we were adding before. Okay, the 13 exponential moving average on the close and the 21 period exponential moving average on the close. I personally like to paint one light green, and I like to paint one dark green. All right, so my T.O.P.S folks, Darvis, wave, grab, and propulsion in one shared chart. Okay? And I'll send a resource video out later on this week, for sure, before the class, so you guys have both the old and the new shared chart for those of you like the old Darvis versus the new Darvis. Again, I know everyone's got a preference. We'll just make sure both of them are available. Okay? All right. So For sure, gang. When I do these sessions and I'm trying to support the indicators, I got to tell you what, Daryl, Eric, customer support, man, kudos to you guys, because this ain't easy. This is actually really tough. You know, people who do instructional writing for a living or instruct people on software for a living, wow, they have my respect. I'm a trader. That's pretty much all I've done my whole life. So I really, really appreciate you guys being patient with me as we do this. So how's everyone doing so far? Okay, how's everyone doing so far? So when you guys you won't be able to copy and paste this from the webinar, gang. When I send out the resource video, let me give you the, hang on. Let me give you the link. Okay, hang on. Where are you at? Well, when we send out the resource video, you guys will be able to copy it and paste it from there. You can't from the webinar. Obviously, it's not a copyable text. Okay? All right. Now, on Saturday, I'll share with you guys the different settings that I use for propulsion. And you know, when and where you might want to adjust from 821 to 1321 and things like that. If you want to go to 821, that's fine. If you want to use 1321, that's fine as well. I'll talk about the sensitivity readings on that and when and why I would adjust them. We'll talk more about that on Saturday. But needless to say, you guys can experiment with them. And the whole point of giving you guys these indicators now is, number one, I think they're going to make a big difference in your trading. Okay, I think understanding how to use wave and grab is going to make a giant difference in your trading. It means a lot to me that you guys are interested in it, and I'm humbled by it, and I'm so grateful that you guys have, you know, decided, hey, what's this she's using and how can it help? As far as the individual settings go, we'll talk more about that, but you know, really play around with these next few days. Okay, all right. And yeah, that link, that link I gave you, the T.O.P.S.MX, it is cap sensitive for sure. You gotta do uppercase, lowercase like it shows. All right. Okay, so those moving averages of the wave are the 30. So if you're curious what those are, even though they're automatically plotted, they're the 34 EMA. One's on the high. There's a 34 EMA on the close, and there's a 34 EMA on the low. That's the red, the green, and the blue, or the green, blue, red from top to bottom. Okay? All right, so again, if you're with Sierra, or I'm going to just briefly touch on Sierra and Infinity. If you are on Sierra, I'm guessing you're probably trading through Infinity, and if you are, you know Patrick well. He will hook you up. Sierra has a very interesting way they can push the install through right to your platform. I mean, I don't know that it gets any easier than that. Okay. I know some folks have asked about Ninja. I don't use Ninja. I think we might have some of these for Ninja 7, but I will not be, let me be completely upfront with everybody. We might have some of them. If we do, I'll let you guys know in that resource email we send out later this week. Okay, before the class on Saturday. But I don't use Ninja, and I really don't have a lot of insight as to whether we'll have all of this available for Ninja or not. Okay, we do have it for TradeStation, we do have it for T.O.S, and we do have it for TradingView. Okay, for sure. I know that Darvis is available for Ninja 7. You could probably recreate the grab. We might have it available. The wave you can do manually, and propulsion I'm actually not sure. All right, but I'm really not covering Ninja in the class nor here. Okay, so my apologies to those of you with Ninja, but at some point I just gotta, you know, call it on the platforms. I've had a lot of people ask me for different platforms, and it is actually a lot of, there's a lot of difference within the different scripts. Okay, so that is T.O.S. Okay, and this is the shared link to open. This is the link to open up the shared chart. We will send these links out via a resource video later on this week. Again, you got to open up the shared chart link. And if you just caught this just now, you can watch the replay. I walked you guys through it, literally click by click. Okay? All right, I want to move on to the next platform. I've slated 20 minutes for each one of the platforms so that I can answer a little bit of Q&A before we wrap it up today. All right? Okay, so TradingView. Now, TradingView is kind of a big deal for me because one of the things that I'm pretty active in, as many of you may know, is crypto. And when I'm trading my Forex, I trade through Oanda, and Oanda uses TradingView charts. So I can actually link my Oanda charts, as you can see here at the bottom, for those of you that trade Forex. I can link my Oanda account to the TradingView platform. Crypto, if I'm charting my Bitcoin, I want my indicators, right? So I was very excited when Eric told me that he had figured out my tools on this platform. Super excited. So, by the way, how many of you are trading Forex right now? Any Forex traders out there? Any interested in Forex trading out there? Okay, I ask because if you're going to be in Dallas on October, well, actually, I'll say 6th and 7th. If you're going to be out in Dallas, there's a money show going on, which is cool. So you get to go check out the money swag and grab some money show and grab some swag. But I'm going to be speaking at the money show on the 6th. But I'm going to be also presenting a free one-day workshop on Forex. Okay, this is a Forex workshop. This is the Fast Track Forex workshop on Saturday, October 7th. So if you want to join me for that, you can register, and it is free, gang. And okay, why am I doing this for free? Well, it's Forex, and I've got some good friends from Forest Park FX and Oanda who are sponsoring the whole thing. Okay? So it's simplertrading.co/Dallas. Any of you that have signed up for the Saturday course, I have if you're one of the first 50 folks to sign up, I don't know if we've exhausted that. We might have, but you know what? You guys have taken the time. We'll make sure that we get the Intro to Forex class out to you guys. So if you've signed up for the Saturday course, this Saturday, the obnoxious course, the T.O.P.S course, happening this Saturday, we'll get you the Intro to Forex online course out to you, and we'll make sure we give you some VIP seating to the Dallas one day on October 7th. All right? And that's going to be, I think we're slated to do that from 10 to 5 Central. It's a full day, gang. It's for Forex traders. If you're experienced or new, this is going to really be, it's going to kickstart your Forex trading. If you're interested in currency trading in any form or fashion, this is really going to be a fantastic one day for you. So if you're anywhere nearby, yeah, definitely you want to make time to come out. Okay. That's going to happen. Okay, so back to TradingView. TradingView is pretty darn easy. All right. Who here uses TradingView? When we send out the resource video, I'll make sure we have some, I think we have some discounts for TradingView. Although TradingView, you can use it for free. You can use it for free. You're limited to 3 indicators on their free version. And it's still great if you want to kick the tires. And you know what's awesome about it? I can grab my iPhone and I can actually see my charts and my positions. And you guys might know there's not a lot of charting that allows you customization to this level on your iDevice, on your even Androids. My iPad, I've got buddies on Android or Pixel or whatever they're using. They can do it. On my iPhone, I've got my Darvis, my Propulsion, Wave, Grab, everything. So it's fantastic. That's one of the main reasons I love TradingView, and it's super simple to use. And I can chart my crypto, which is pretty darn important too to me. Okay. Any questions on TradingView so far? I don't know about the live stream of the recording, gang. I'm not certain. I mean, if you want to catch it for sure, you got to be there. Beyond that, I don't have any insight on what we'll be doing as far as any kind of streaming or anything. And it is 100% a Forex class. Please be aware of that. It is about Forex. It's about currency trading. Okay? All right. So when you start off with TradingView, your view is going to look a little bit like this. It is free to register. I actually use my StockTwits login, but you can use a number. Let me actually log out real quick and show you what I mean. Okay, let me log out and go to tradingview.com. This one's really easy. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to say join for free. You can use a lot of your existing, Twitter, Google+, Facebook, Yahoo, StockTwits, LinkedIn. I just use my StockTwits. I've been active with StockTwits for a very long time. Pretty easy to use that login. Done. Okay, so once you've got your account all set up, with them it's free. You can get to this page. Across the top of the screen is a web-based charting platform. I really think it's the future of charting. Web-based. Take a peek at the top, and you will notice indicators right here. Indicators. Right there. Everyone see that? Click on this. Just click on, don't use the drop down. Click on the indicator. Click on this. Don't use drop down. I don't know that it makes, yeah. Make sure you click on indicators. You get this pop-up window. In the search box, type in, just like you would at TradeStation, type in simpler. Now, don't worry about the locked ones. Don't worry about those. What you're looking for are the unlocked. If so, the ones that do not have a little red box next to them. Don't worry about these. You've been testing this for a while. These are just a kind of internal little things. And some of these are obviously pay for, like John's 10X. So those of you that are using 10X, you can use this on TradingView. Awesome. As you can use the squeeze as well. Okay. But these are the ones you want to use. No box. Okay. So to activate an indicator on TradingView, this is really complicated. Hang on. You click it. Take your left mouse button and you click it. Each one. And they will populate on your screen. That's it. Now, one of the issues some of you might have, once you've done that, is you might lose your grab candles for a moment. Okay? So what you want to do is go to the, so if you lose your grab candles, if everything kind of goes red and blue and you lose your green, no problem. Here's the fix. Okay, here's the fix. Now, for those of you that are interested in joining me in Dallas, this is the link. Okay, for those of you that are asking, thank you. I look for, it's very rare that I get out and meet you guys in person. I don't make time to do this as often as maybe I'd like. But it is kind of, I just don't get out there to do live presentations. And I will tell you what, I don't do them free very often either. But, this is a Forex class. I'm super excited about what Alond is doing. I'm super excited about these new indicators. And they have a number of tools that I use, and they're going to make them available. So that's going to be great. Now, if you want to join me on Saturday, for the class I'm referring to, this is going to be a 5-hour deep dive into the indicators that I'm teaching you right now, my indicator matrix. When and how do I actually, this one I'm really excited for, because the analysis paralysis comes from having a lot of indicators, but thinking you need to use all of them at the same time. What I teach you is when to turn them on, when to turn them off. I'm super excited about that. How to use propulsion, how to use the market trend analysis of grab and wave, the Darvis, the automated support and resistance from Darvis. So we'll be covering a lot of this in this class on Saturday. That's this Saturday. And we'll be going, I think, 12 to 5 Central. I believe. So it's simpletrading.com/profits. I'm pretty sure on that link there. Let's see. There you go. That's it right there. Okay. If you want to learn more about that, /profits. Okay, so in terms of back to the trading view, a lot of times you might notice once you've activated Darvis, grab, and propulsion all at once, you lose the color coding of the grab. This is how you fix it. Next to each one of these, there are 4 icons: show and hide, format, apply, blah, 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 or delete, right? You want to go to the second indicator across, the format little gear icon next to propulsion. Click on that, and this window will appear. It's the settings. What you want to do is uncheck, because it's going to be checked as a default. Uncheck the bar color, and the grab will come back. And that's it, gang. That's Darvis, that's Wave, that's Grab, that's Propulsion for free on your TradingView. So if you use TradingView, if you use TradeStation, if you use Thinkorswim, there you go. You've got the indicators. Set them up on your charts. And is Grab an acronym? Raymond, actually it is. If I knew then what I know now about my kind of public trading life, trading in the fishbowl, as I like to say, Grab actually stood for, are you ready for it? Green, red, and blue. And then my wave, you know, people call it the Raghee wave, which is cool, but the wave is because I like to surf. I just called it the wave inside, you know, in my office here, because I like to surf. That's it. So, yes, it stands for green, red, and blue. The Grab candle stands for the green, red, and blue candles. All right. Okay. Now, for those of you wondering, okay, Rag, I've got 10X as well as Grab. What do I do? I actually run 10X, and the way I use them is side by side. Let me show you. This is my layout. I've gone back to TradeStation. So let's grab some Q&A here, okay? Let's talk about some Q&A. Thank you for all the questions. I really wanted to set aside a separate webinar so we could go through the installation of these tools. As you can see, they're free. They're available. Play with them. Thank you so much for your interest in them, because I think they're really going to be very helpful to you guys. And then, you know, if you want to learn about how I use these specifically, the indicator matrix and scanning and so forth, we're going to do that on Saturday. Looking at Grab and 10X, I like to do them side by side, because for me, 10X is something I'll turn on and off depending upon the underlying market trend, but the underlying market trend is going to be determined by the Grab. So I love 10X, but I'll utilize it for certain types of setups. In fact, for those of you that have 10X as I do and love it as I do, one of my favorite things to do on 10X is on top of the conviction dots, also add the propulsion tool. So if you have 10X right now, throw propulsion on there. Now you can't overlay the two in the same chart, nor would you really want to. They communicate two very different things. But propulsion is an excellent addition to 10X. The conviction and the propulsion dots. That's one of my favorite things to do. All right. Okay. It's hard to surf in Austin. That it is, Roy, but luckily I live in Florida. All right. So let's talk about what these communicate, right? We've talked quite a bit about the installation now. Let's talk a little bit about what they communicate. And you know what? Here's a good way to do this, because I like doing this, with live analysis. All right. Give me a market that you guys are in right now, and I'm going to analyze it with the indicators. I love live analysis stuff. Give me the NQ. Okay, you got it, David. The NQ. This works on futures. It works on Forex. It works on stocks. It works on ETFs, everything, right? I use this for everything. So right now, what's happening in the NQ is that we're stuck in a range. How do I know that? Look at my Darvis, like a nice little compartment it's stuck in right now. Darvis automates support and resistance. One of the most difficult aspects of trading and drawing lines on your chart is making sure you're drawing lines that I think have a reaction waiting behind it. In other words, we're always looking for reaction. We're always looking for decision levels. To make those levels objective, ideally, is to use levels from which we've reacted before. I've been using Darvis on and off since I was 16, 17 years old. A really long time. I turned 46 this year. All right. So a lot of you that have been with me a lot of years might have noticed, well, Rag, how come we're bringing Darvis back? I didn't know there was a way to automate this. So back in the day, a lot of my longtime Forex and futures folks knew I had this, I would talk about something called breadcrumbs. And breadcrumbs were basically manual Darvis minor highs and lows. Manual. Well, it's easy for me to see them because I've been drawing them and studying this for 30 darn years, right? But how do I shortcut? How do I hack this? And when I saw the automated Darvis within the suite of simpler tools, I might have cried a little bit. Just tears of joy. So that finally I can find a way to shortcut that learning curve, which is why I say, hey, how do you take 30 years of trading experience and automate it, hack it, make it available to you right now? These tools. There's nothing you have to tweak. They plot exactly what I want you to know right on the chart. Okay? That's what's so exciting about this. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. I'm actually jotting down some of the questions you guys are asking. So when I talk to the team between now and Saturday, I can make sure I address some of these questions because they're really good questions. And give me one moment here. All right. Okay, give me 1 second. Sticky notes are my life. Got some sticky note goodness going on here. So what do I do so the Darvis has plotted where there is resistance, where there is support. Now right now, and this is straight from my post-close session that I do in the room, one of the things I would look for is a potential squeeze and or momentum breakout through the top line of the Darvis because propulsion is turned on. And I've got green grab candles telling me I really should be bullish. That would be a momentum setup, while the exhaustive setup, and I'll teach you all these in the matrix of indicators we use to confirm this, the buy is going to be at the bottom line of the Darvis or the 34 EMA on the high, which is a fairly narrow zone between about 59.50 and 59.25. But intraday, it's a different conversation. If you're looking for shorter term intraday time frame setups, you're looking to see what the propulsion, Darvis, and grab are doing on a 60-minute or 5-minute time frame. And I do utilize these for my intraday trades as well. Call it day trading or intraday trading. I do utilize these for my intraday trading as well. No doubt about that. You know, one of the setups we've had is a crude oil setup, a crude oil short. And for a lot of my traders, they've been waiting for an intraday opportunity. And this is a great 5-minute looking, this is a great looking chart of the 5-minute with crude. Look at the propulsion. that tells me this, okay, now the market's really hitting the gas pedal, and you can do one of two things: short breaks of support or short into tests of resistance. And that's what, how do you know what to do once the market start moving? Do I want to sell when the support levels break? Do I want to sell at resistance? Some traders don't even know if they should be buying or selling, right? They see some movement and think, oh, maybe I should buy this. That's what the grab and the wave and the propulsion do. The grab is going to tell you the overall market trend. The propulsion is going to let you know if it's accelerating or decelerating. The Darvis is going to automate the support and resistance from which you're going to make a lot of your trading decisions. So that's when people ask, what do these tools do? They automate support and resistance, and they give you insight into what you're going to be doing when the market tests them, which is what all trading is. Where are the levels that I want to buy and sell at? And how do I know whether I want to buy or sell once we get there? Or even better, how do I know I want to look for a momentum trade versus a retracement trade? How do I know if I want to buy a support level or wait for the short if it breaks? That's the answer that propulsion and wave and grab offer. Okay? All right, so gold, sure, let's talk about gold. We're long gold. Why are we long gold? Dominant green grab candles, support at the wave. Look at this support level right there. I didn't have to guess at what that was. This is what I love about Darvis. It automated the support level for me. It automated. Now, some of you, again, may not like the newer version of the Darvis. There's the classic version. If you don't like the vertical lines, again, format the analysis. I'll make sure both these are available. Okay? Format the analysis technique, remove the sides of the box, and there you go. Same level as before, just bigger footprint. Okay? Notice we have two levels right here. Automated support. Oh gosh, let me show you this. This blew my mind. This was fantastic. Let me show you this. This is Bitcoin. This is great. Why is this acting so strangely? Is it in like full? Oh, darn it. Hang on. Let me open up another window here. You know what? I'll just grab my Firefox. I'm going to show you the power of the automated support and resistance levels. So just give me a moment. Maybe I'll show it to you guys on Friday. I don't want to eat up too much time, but the automated support and resistance of the Darvis nailed that Bitcoin sell-off low. Nailed it. It was pretty darn awesome. Just nailed it. Okay. Okay. Gold. Yeah, we're long gold. We're long gold. This is the range I was looking for. 1310 was my number. 1310 to 1305. Darvis automated the support. How did I know what I wanted to do there? A couple things I knew I wanted to do. Be more conservative. How do I know that? The grab, the propulsion, give me some insight. I knew I wanted to buy. Why? Grab and propulsion. Where? The wave gives me the zone. The Darvis starts to pinpoint the levels. There's not a whole lot that you have to do to the charts. What you need to do is know how to respond at certain levels, which is the power of this. It automates so much of the heavy lifting. So all you need to do is go, okay, thank you for the level. Yep, thank you for the level. Thank you for the insight into knowing what to do, and then park your order. That's the power in that. So that's gold, and I am long gold. Tomorrow we have the FOMC. Should be very, very interesting. Apple, sure. And I want to show you guys these work across multiple time frames and multiple markets. So Apple, I'm long Apple from 159.35 and 158.55. Again, those levels were automated by the Darvis. I knew what to do based upon the color of the candles. I knew to be a little bit more conservative because propulsion got iffy and the candles went blue. Propulsion tells me the market's taking its foot off the gas pedal. The power in that is amazing. Intraday, what did Apple tell me? Apple told me to stay away from intraday buys. That's what the grab, that's the power of the grab. Stay away from intraday buys. That's what it screamed based upon the colors and lack of propulsion. If we did get any propulsion clarity and anyone was looking for a quick 50-cent move, that was it right there. And the cool thing is, once you know wave and grab, they're so objective. There's not a lot of, well, this didn't happen this way. I mean, it really is a certain color. Is the dot there? What's the angle? What time is it? Time is a big factor. I'll talk a lot about on Saturday. So a lot of traders don't realize, as much as they're studying price and price structure, time is something that oftentimes blindsides them. Okay. Let's see. CMG, sure. So there's an end of day and intraday example on Apple. CMG, Chipotle. Gosh, gang, if there is a chart that has been just a screaming short since June, this is it. Now, if you're looking at CMG and trying to bottom pick, this is a very interesting time. Look at the Darvis. The Darvis has actually done a pretty good job of showing you that if there's going to be a basing going on, it's defined it. What we're looking for now is the propulsion to let off, which it has, although we have hit a new 52-week low again today, but propulsion has let off, which means the market's not quite on the gas pedal, which it has been for a really long time. So not only is the visibility of propulsion important, but when it disappears, it's important. And I'll teach you more about that on Saturday. But if you guys are looking for a bottoming, I'm not saying it's there yet, but some of the signs are showing up on CMG. If you want to short it, different conversation. But I imagine some of you are wondering, is this a buy in this 295 to 300 area? That could be interesting going forward. That could be very interesting going forward. Okay. Adobe. Oh, that's a tricky one, right? All right, let's pull up Adobe. Why not? Why not? Now, anytime you have earnings, gang, I got to mention, you're dealing with a very different animal. Anytime you're dealing with earnings, because you know there's a giant volatility event that could move the market 2-3 times an expected move, right? So this is not a typical market environment. But let me just kind of go into this and let's go strict interpretation on what we see. Okay? So let's see how it works. Adobe, knowing we have earnings, I'd want to be a little bit more conservative, right? So I'll go back to, this is an aggressive level because it's in front of the 34 EMA on the high. So I really, if I am going to denote that, I'm going to make it dash because that's really aggressive. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to take an aggressive level in front of earnings. So what are we going to do next? Okay, Rog, where are my next support levels? There. Oop. I'm going to extend out the Darvis. No guesswork on the support, gang. There, just extend it out, which I'm doing a very poor job of right now. There, okay, and here. So what am I going to tell you? Your zone to enter, if you're interested in the open tomorrow, and let me know tomorrow how this works out. I would say that the area between, that one, so what has my attention is 151.20. That's the bottom line of my wave, because see, it says 151.15. I'll go to the minor psychological level, just a nickel in front of it. And the other level that has my attention is 150.10. Okay, proof's in the pudding, right? There's the levels I'm going to watch. We knew this well ahead of time. This would be the zone. This is what I call a pressing validity swing buy. It's right on the edge of the validity of the uptrend. There's your Adobe. Okay, there you go. And again, the color coding is this is just really to denote that a box was drawn based upon a minor high versus a minor low. That's the difference in the colors. So no real major difference, it's just to denote a minor high box versus a minor low box. Okay, propulsion dots below price action indicate acceleration to the upside. Propulsion dots above price action indicates to the downside, acceleration, the market hitting the gas pedal to the downside, okay? And the propulsion has a lot to do, yes, with the 21, yeah, and the 8 or 21 and 13. No secret there, gang. Yeah, there's nothing that, I'm going to say it's proprietary secret stuff. No, there's so much to have to watch on a chart. I wanted a way to look at the interaction between exponential moving averages that I like to watch in a way that I don't have to think about, that automates when I should be paying attention to acceleration and when I shouldn't. And this is one of the best ways to have it visualized. Absolutely. I'm a big believer of the 21 EMA. I'm a big believer of shorter term EMAs like the one John watches on the 8. And this propulsion is a great way to marry the two, to let me know when the market's accelerating, but when it's let off the accelerator as well. Absolutely. 821 and 1321 are my favorite propulsion combinations. It's not simply the 821, simply the 21 though. It's the way it interacts with smaller exponential moving averages based on Fibonacci. Fibonacci-based moving averages. Okay? Binary, I could do a different conversation on that, but binaries are about time. Binaries are really about time. And I use a completely different tool for that. I'll talk about that tool on Saturday, but I won't get into binary on Saturday. All right? So again, we're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. I thank you so much for your time. My main goal for this session was to follow up last Thursday's talk, give you guys these indicators. They are free. Please play with them, experiment with them, lay them side by side with indicators you're using right now. And it's not about supplanting. It's not about replacing anything you're doing now. I use the squeeze. I use RAF. I use 10X. I use triple squeeze. I use the scanner. There's a lot of other tools that I use, but how and when I activate them. I right-click my chart, and how and when I activate these. That's what these 3 tools, Darvis, well, mostly propulsion and wave and grab, give me insight to. So I, like you guys, have a lot of awesome indicators, but I think what a lot of people lose sight of is every one of these indicators has a particular time in which they are really designed to succeed. Knowing when to turn them off, knowing when to turn them on, that's the matrix I talk about. Having that indicator matrix. Okay, now is squeeze time. Now is RAF time. Now I'm looking for a triple squeeze. Now I'm going to use, for example, voodoo. When does that happen? How does that happen? What's the formula? What's the step-by-step? That's how the conversation gets started, right? I want to use this tool. No, I want to see what grab and wave are saying first. I think a lot of people start off with the tool they want to use when it really should be what's the underlying market trend. All right. Next up here, and hang on, gang. I'm just trying to scroll through some of these questions. Thank you so much. There's like 500 questions in here. Thank you so much for asking. I'm trying to, get through a lot of these that are more installation, related. Talked about Adobe, talked about CMG, talked about the NAS, talked about crude oil. Let's see. Is propulsion similar to SAR? Not really. No. I wouldn't say that it is, T. Parabolic SAR is a cool tool. This is more along the lines of kind of like it's really more related to the wave in a lot of ways. NVIDIA, we had talked about NVIDIA. At current levels, there's nothing I would recommend that anybody do. At current levels on the daily, no. But before it went to the upside, this was a fantastic overbought, oversold scenario. Fantastic. AZO, sure. All right, AutoZone. Sometimes knowing when to stay away is really, really important. If we're going to do it, I would not do anything with AutoZone at the moment. I would like to see a little bit more maturity. We just, by the way, how many times did this thing trigger a short on the way down between May and basically the end of July? A lot. We're just trying to reverse out of that. That's what's going to be really interesting to see what happens next here on AutoZone. Yeah. One of the things we talked about earlier was the NAS. I'm going to show you a really clean setup on KWeb, and I'm looking for another one based upon wave and grab. This is a really nice, 5-point move, easy peasy. Propulsion, check. Green grab candles, check. Overall uptrend, Darvis giving me lows, giving me a zone from which to look for an opportunity to get long, check. A buy off the wave and Darvis practically automated, happening all in a very clean, easy to read zone right there. Gas pedal, thank you. Buy, thank you, green grab candles. Thank you, dynamic support of the wave. Thank you, Darvis, for automating my support and resistance. Okay, can't really be any more simple than that. Notice when these plotted once, long before the low, and kept right on plotting after that. So this level, this Darvis, was valid even when prices were testing 57. How easy is it for me to park a limit order at basically 53 and a quarter or 53.10 and wait for the market to come back to me? That's the kind of stuff we do all the time with these tools. All the time. Okay? Google's kind of interesting because we're reaching potentially an oversold level. Darvis automated. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Google to come back down to that level. So this is a park and modify, wait and see kind of mode right there on Google. Okay. All right. So gang, I slated about an hour to do this. My real mission here was to get these on your chart, show you how to install them. I think we've accomplished our mission here. Yes. We'll have the replay out to you guys shortly. I've seen Baba roll by a few times. Sure, I'll throw Alibaba up there. This is just easy peasy, buy all the way, accelerator, wait for the pullback. The last time we actually looked at Alibaba as a buy, and I hope you're starting to see the value in this. Automated support right there. Automated support again right here. But that was the last really conservative buy. We've had aggressive buys since. So the last conservative buy, and my position size will vary. If I've got a conservative buy versus aggressive, so here's a nice conservative, here's a couple aggressive. Waiting for my next pullback? I sure am. Okay? 150 to 180 on a really clean buy. Gang, sometimes you got to be patient on the end of day, but can you do this intraday as well? Oh, absolutely. You're going to have to look for the same kind of clarity that you would want on the end of day. Same tools. What's propulsion doing? Are the grab candles indicating a buy? What's the angle of the wave? Where are my automated support levels based upon the Darvis? Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Again, the idea was to get these on your charts. And now for the next 3 days, play with them. I'll see you guys on Friday, and we can talk about, what you experience, what some of your questions are. And again, if you're ready to start learning how to use these, get my indicator matrix, understand how I put these together, head on over to simplertrading.com/profits. Okay, and we're going to be doing that on Saturday. Super stoked about that. This is the first time that I'm going to be able to teach wave, grab, Darvis, and propulsion together, and then allow you to use things like triple squeeze, RAF, 10X in a way that maybe you hadn't thought about before. I walk into my husband's garage and he has every kind of tool you can imagine. And he knows what to use because he understands the basic problem he's trying to solve. That's what wave and grab and Darvis do. That's really what they do. Okay? I'm so glad you guys have these now. Again, big thanks to the entire crew, from the folks answering the phone in customer service to Daryl and Eric on up. They're the ones that made this happen. I've got the easy part, okay? I really do. So big thanks to the team. Big thanks to you guys for showing up, interested in learning these. They will not replace anything you're doing now. They will make everything you've got, every single simpler indicator you've ever used. I will teach you how to use them in a way that I've been using them, which is knowing what to use when. Knowing what to use when. I love my first simpler tool was I actually learned how to use the squeeze manually about around 15 years ago when I first learned it from John. And I realized, oh my gosh, when the market's in a coil, how awesome is that? for those of you that love using the squeeze, check out a blue grab candle squeeze combination. Check that out. In a trending market, look for consolidation, a couple inside bars, and then propulsion. Those are some of the best formulas to set up when you want to utilize the squeeze, which is the best way I know to take advantage of momentum. So little tip for you there as we wrap it up. Okay. So think about that. I know a lot of you are big on the squeeze. Those are two of my favorite ways to do it. It's a fantastic indicator. That thing works so well with grab and propulsion. I feel like I'm cheating sometimes. If you get a Darvis, narrow Darvis and squeeze, look out. Narrow Darvis propulsion squeeze, buckle your seatbelts. Okay. All right, gang, I'm going to wrap it up here for today. And thank you so much for your time and for your questions. Play with the tools. I'm super humbled. Have a great one, gang. Thank you so much. Be good to each other. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Check out simplertrading.com/profits, and I will see you guys on Saturday. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys in Dallas. Super looking forward to that. Take care, gang.